You lie.
You lie.
You lie. You know that's not how I really look.
Anyone who's listening right now, just if you're like in your kind of feel like in a downward spiral or you're just in the dumps at the moment, like just know it's just a moment in time of your life that you will get past. You will get past. But you have to be really focused in the present moment of what you're going through and just ask yourself, all right, this is how I'm feeling. I have to acknowledge it. And also, just accept that this is how I'm feeling at the moment, but it's not going to be like that forever. But what can I do now at this moment to bring up that vibration, to make it more positive, like whatever that case may be, you know? And
it could be quiet time, sitting, dancing, running, whatever's your meditation, sitting, like whatever, man.
But we understand like shit happens. Like if you lost somebody, like that's you grieving, whatever you're going through, like you honor that moment.
Yeah, I agree.
You honor that moment, and that's totally understandable what you're going through. But know that like whatever you're going through, like just know that if you did lose somebody, like, just know that that person wouldn't want you to be dwelling on that sadness forever.
Exactly.
And they would want you to live your life and just be happy. I think that's what everyone wants, is just everyone to be happy and just to live your life. And so that's why for me, like I've just been really hard on myself just because with my mental illness and everything. That's just what it does for me, at least. And so, I mentioned in the last podcast how I came across this really sad letter I wrote to myself and everything. And I really don't want to feel like that anymore. I really don't want to feel helpless or feel hopeless, feel like so shitty about myself. It's just such a sad thing to you're supposed to be your biggest advocate. You're supposed to be your biggest fan, And if you don't cheer yourself up, then like you can't expect everyone else to be your cheerleader. You should be your number one cheerleader when it comes down to it. And because it's in the quiet moments, isn't in the dark moments, is when you need to be your biggest fan and cheerleader.
How long, can I ask you this personal question? How long have you noticed that was the longest time you could like stare at yourself in the mirror and not turn away from it, thinking like looking at all their imperfections? Because I just did that today and like I was like really high because Joseph found this like Jay and I was smoking and he was like, light it? And I'm like, light it. And I was doing my makeup. So I was like forced to look at myself while I put on makeup while I was like really high. And usually I don't like looking at myself like in the mirror, whether I'm high or just me. I don't know. I guess I'm not completely like, I need to accept myself more and how I look and stuff. Because I'm like, oh, this could be smaller. This can be bigger. You know what I mean? You get like, you overanalyze. And I noticed myself today, like I looked at myself, I feel like I accepted more of me today in that like bit of time, in that hour that I was looking at myself, like doing my makeup and stuff. And I was like, you know what? All right, just accept it. That's the body you have, that's the face you have. Yeah. And like, it's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful because like, that's how you were made. That's how you were supposed to be. Just accept it. Like, did you have like a moments because there's self-loathing. Yes. When was like the last time or like when you noticed that you can actually like stare at yourself in the mirror and not hate yourself?
I feel like that's like, it's been more recent. Like I've just been more accepting of myself and just be like, oh, I don't look bad today. Yeah. Oh, okay. Like I feel okay today, But as opposed to when I'm like in the deep depression and like
it's so
I can't even look at mirrors. Yeah. I can't even look at myself.
You're like a vampire. You're just like yeah, you don't want to look at yourself.
You don't want to attend to yourself. You don't want to shower. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't do any of that. Yeah. No, these are moments when like
let the hair grease just pile on there.
Yes. You just don't care
You don't give
anymore.
a shit. And you're just like, yeah, you ugly fuck.
Yeah. That's exactly what you think to yourself.
You deserve it. You
You
ugly.
deserve-
ugly. And then Joseph would be like, you look great, baby. Like, he'll be like, oh my God, you look so beautiful today. I'm like, no, I don't. You fucking look gross. And I'm like, no, I don't. You're a liar. You lie.
You lie.
You lie. You know that's not how I really look.
It's like, it's so funny, like when you're just so hard on yourself, and but then everyone sees you and they're like, no, you look great. And
you're like, what the fuck are they looking at? Like, they're not looking at me.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man, yeah, no, it's so great when you can get out of that mindset of like hate, self-loathing, and get back into self-loving.
Self-loving. I love you, Liz. I love you.
I love you, Debbie.
Yes, it feels good. I've never said that.
Yeah,
my
I don't think I
God.
ever hear. I don't even think I hear myself like say that out loud to myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's so weird. It feels amazing, guys. You guys should do it. I love blank my, or
yeah.
just say it.
Just give yourself a hug right now.
Yeah.
and just say your name. And just say, I love you. I love you just the way you are,
I
Debbie.
fucking love you, Liz.
Yes,
Feels good.
it feels good because you're just like, this is me. This is my body. This is my life that I'm given, and like I'm gonna make the best of it, and I'm gonna try to share my positivity around those around me. And if I ever do get negative, if I ever do get dark again, like just to remember this moment in time when I like, okay, I love myself. Like
Feels good.
it
babe.
feels,
Baby, it feels good.
it's
It feels
good.
good.
Give
It feels
in,
great.
give in to self love.
Wow, we did not even talk about doing something like that.
No.
But like, I am just really shocked right now that, first of all, that I've never done that before.
Yeah.
And second of all, if I fucking feel amazing. Not aside from the weed, but like I feel I feel really good. Like I feel like my body is like tingling. Like it feels good. It's just like, it's so weird that, please tell yourself you love yourself.
You got to.
I mean, like, I guess I never did that because I thought it was egotistical or
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
self-centered.
Self-centered, narcissist.
But that goes to like a kind of a negative end of the pool, right?
Yeah, that's like obsession with yourself. Like if you're obsessed with yourself, like I mean, if you are obsessed with yourself, that's great too. I mean, like I'm not gonna hate on that, but it's hard. Like
It's kind of hard to connect with other people when you're so centered on yourself. So I think that may it's not bad for you, but I think it gets in the way of enjoying your life to the max.
I think there's one thing of like self-centered, like just like me all the time.
Yeah.
Me first. Like I feel like that's a different kind of than like self-loving, loving your flaws too, and accepting that. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think I think we're getting it mixed up with like being like a narcissist or like something like egotistical.
Yeah, be in love with yourself.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay to like show self-love for yourself and like just care for yourself and do self-care and things like that, because this is your body, this is your life, this is your mind, body, and soul. Like you got to give it some love because the world can be really fucking tough.
Yeah.
And you need to recharge and re-energize yourself, and the best way to doing that is showing self-love and self-care.
Have you ever, like those like Japanese animes where it's like back in the 90s, it was always about like a guy and a robot, like a big like warrior robot. And then they go inside the robot and then they fight and they're like so cool because they're in sync and like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like Gundam and stuff like that. I feel like this body, if you want to like illustrate it, is like your soul is a little guy.
Yes.
That's in the body. That's in the body. And the cool part is just reaching this height where you're in sync with yourself.
Yes.
Like you guys you're in sync. Your soul is in sync with your mind. This organism, this organic organism. And like, that's the name of the game, bro. Is to get in sync with your body, your soul sync with your body, the physical aspect of it. And I think when you do that, you could do amazing things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like when you're in sync with yourself, like everything's in sync, mind, body, and soul, like all that, and you're doing what you love to do, and you're just happy, you're just happy in that moment. It's just energizing. I think it's energizing, it's liberating, it's like all these feelings at once.
And the positive ripple effect.
But when you're not doing what you love to do, or whatever the circumstances is at the moment is really hard on you, and you're just really down, I think it's just when it's when you're out of sync. You're not quite like you said, like in sync with everything. Then that's when
you hear the chatter in your brain.
Yes.
Saying they wronged you, or you should hate yourself.
Yes. Yes. That's when it can get a little dark. But